What's up, you guys? Welcome to the Permadeath Collective. I'm your host today, Terra, and today we're going to kick off with episode 3 of the Spyro Reignited Trilogy Spyro 1 playthrough. So if you want to see more content like this, please don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to join me on Twitch. That link is in the description below. Let's get into the video. Alright, so it's been a couple of weeks since I've last been able to record. 2 weeks ago I had 2 teeth out, so I couldn't talk. Last week I had flu, so that wasn't very good. So I'm finally able to record and upload another episode. So let's jump in. So last episode we got to the Peacekeepers. So I keep calling it the Badlands. I have no idea why. We got to the Peacekeepers, and today we're going to hop into the first couple of worlds here. So we have Dry Canyon. Now, like I said, it's been a couple of weeks because I was ill and then I had teeth out and that just so we're back. And we're actually really close to Christmas too. It's the 22nd of December. So it's definitely coming up to that time where everyone's sort of, you know, getting in the Christmas spirit and all the stuff that comes with it. Now, also, I apologize for any quality changes in the actual game. 2 weeks ago, my AverMedia capture card for consoles broke, so I'm using a Elgato card, which is a little bit older and a little bit different. So I apologize for any discrepancies in the video. I fixed it up as best as I can, but there's only so far you can push a 5-year-old capture card, so I apologize for any, like, errors with the video. I also realized last week that episode 2 had audio problems with the game audio. I don't know what caused it. I assume it was because at the time, again, the capture card was starting to break. So I assume that it was the capture card causing the problems. Because, like, a week and a half ago, I was midstream when my capture card just decided it wanted to just die on me. So that died, which is kind of annoying because that was my main capture card. It's not really a big deal because I have this one as well. The problem I have with this capture card, though, is that it has delay. Now, it's okay for recording YouTube because, of course, it doesn't matter about any kind of delay. But, as you guys know, I do stream on Twitch, and that's where it becomes a little bit of a problem because, like, you know, delay is never nice. I fixed it up for Twitch, and I've sorted everything else to work with the delay, but the delay is still there. So it's definitely kind of annoying. At some point after Christmas, I'll buy a new capture card, but it's because coming up to Christmas and buying presents and, you know, all the stuff that comes with Christmas, it's kind of difficult for me to do so right now. Also, I want to re-emphasize as well, because a couple of people who watched the previous episodes asked me on Twitch if any achievements will pop up, and I said no. I've already got all the achievements on the Reignited Trilogy on Xbox, so there will be no achievements popping up throughout the series. I mean, I could have done this on a new account, I suppose, but I don't see the point. What's the point in having all the achievements pop up? There really isn't any bloody point. I'm also going to get this out now, and I'll say this as well periodically through different episodes. So, once Spyro 1 is complete, I'm either going to do another series, or I'm going to do a few videos different, and then I'll move on to Spyro 2. Because I don't really want to have to record Spyro back to back. You know, once I play through one game and then into the others. Don't worry, I am going to get to them. It's just a case of taking a little bit of a break between episodes so that I can, you know, just relax and do some other stuff for a while. Do some different content, because the Permadeath Collective isn't just about gaming, it's about all kinds of content. So there will be other content being uploaded on my part, different kinds of content as well, like different stuff when it comes to PCs and like, just, you know, different kinds of content that's not just gaming related. So definitely keep your eyes out for that, because we're going to have some pretty cool content coming up in the new year. But now all I can really say is I apologize for not being able to upload the past 2 weeks of any of these episodes. I wasn't able to record Pokemon with Lethal. We're hopefully going to be recording later today. So, hopefully that comes through. So hopefully this Saturday we should have another episode of Pokemon going up. But no, like, I apologize for the lack of uploads. It's just, again, I've been ill and teeth out and what have you, and You know, that sort of stuff needed to be dealt with so that... Because the people who watch me on Twitch would know that I've had tooth problems all freaking year. And because of COVID-19, it's been very difficult for me to get an appointment with my dentist because for the majority of the year, they haven't been open. Now, the problem over here, at least where I live in the UK, you can't just go to any dentist to get your teeth done. Like, not what I needed doing. The only dentists that were open all year were the emergency dentists, but they will only deal with a problem if it's an immediate problem. Because the toothache was periodic, it would go on and off, you know, for like weeks at a time. They wouldn't do anything. So I had to wait for my dentist to reopen, which they did 2.5 weeks ago, so I was able to get an appointment. But I do need more work done after the new year, so as it gets closer to that time and I know what needs doing, I can keep you guys apprised. Of course, if you're not following me on Twitch, follow me there. I stream 6 days a week, so chances are I'll get information out on there closer to the time, quicker than I will do on here. So that's definitely where you want to follow me, if you want to know any more information about what's happening in the new year and what have you. And but no, hopefully Panda and Lethal are enjoying their content as well. I know that Panda has been uploading Sea of Solitude, which looks like a pretty impressive game. I haven't played it myself, but it looks pretty decent, so definitely cannot moan about that, which is very spicy. Like, I've actually been watching the content myself, and it's pretty good. Like, it looks like a pretty sweet game, so... Ooh, okay, we made it. Nice. Now, unlike with Spyro 2 and 3, there is no glide if you press Y. So, you sort of have to just wing it with the jumps and make sure you try and land on it. It was really dope when they added in the glide in Spyro 2. Well, sorry, the hover in Spyro 2, so you can just hover back if you need to, which is awesome. I guess they didn't add it in this game in Reignited, because it wasn't in this game originally. I suppose they were trying to keep it faithful, which I'm cool with, like, you know. Keeping a game faithful to the original is definitely what you really want to do, I think. Especially when you remake a game that's beloved as Spyro. It's the same with Crash Bandicoot as well. They only really took liberties with it when they had to, so they didn't really worry too much about, you know, angering any fans, really, because you don't want to do that. Like, when you remake games that are beloved as Crash and Spyro, you don't really want to anger fans with any major unnecessary changes. The only thing with Reignited that really gets me is there are a couple of glitches in certain of the games that really get annoying, and I don't really like the updated soundtrack. I find it way too ambient, which I always play the, like, you can hear it now, I'm playing the original Trilogy soundtracks, because they do come included, which is very nice. Again, for people like me who don't like the updated ones that much. There's only one track in the whole of Reignited that I prefer the updated one for, and that is the Spike boss fight in Spyro 3. Because they replaced the synthesizers in that with electric guitar, and it sounds dope, so... But again, I'll probably explain that when I get to that game eventually, so... But we'll enter Ice Cavern, which I believe is a pretty annoying level, actually. This is probably one of my least favorite levels in the whole game, probably behind Treetops. I don't like Treetops either. I never have done. That level annoyed me as a kid, and it still annoys me to this day, so... I'm definitely not going to be a massive fan of when we get to Treetops, but that's going to be a few weeks away yet. There's a few more episodes. So I don't have to worry about that too much right now, which is pretty spicy. Alright, we rescued Ulrich. What are we playing? Skyrim? Gotta admit though, these updated dragon designs are fantastic. Definitely a, like, major step up from the original. But I suppose with the original, they were more testing the waters to see if people would catch on with the game. And well, they did, because they released the, you know, the other two. And then after that, you know, things went downhill when Universal took over and released Enter the Dragonfly, which is probably one of the most broken games I have ever played. And when a game is more broken than Cyberpunk 2077, you know that's a problem. I'm sorry, I just have to laugh at the misfortunes of people who bought that game. Like, I'm sorry, but you know there's going to be development issues when the gameplay they show isn't from the previous gen, it's from the up-to-date gen. Like, don't get me wrong, they're a new development company, I get it, but at the same time, you do not release a game that is that unpolished. And you also can't tell me that they didn't anticipate, you know, sure, there are big hardware changes from PS5 and Xbox Series to Xbox One and PS4. Fine, I get it. But at the same time, you can't tell me you went into development for a game, promised a release for the previous gen, and then didn't anticipate how many hardware changes you were dealing with. I'm sorry, but that's, like, stupid arrogance on their part, thinking they'd just get away with it. Does not work like that. I'm sorry, it just doesn't. And anyone with half a brain cell could figure out that there would be massive changes, so you would have to make massive changes to the game in order to make it run. The only time that doesn't apply as much is with Nintendo. Like, in 2017, when Nintendo released Breath of the Wild, dual release on the Switch and on the Wii U, the game was designed for the Wii U anyway, so it didn't need any changes there, and they just updated it a bit for the Switch, so that it ran better. But again, there's really not as many hardware changes with Nintendo as there is with Sony and Microsoft. So really with Nintendo, you don't really have to worry too much about having to, you know, make massive changes to a game, because their hardware is generally a bit better, but not overwhelmingly. Which is fine, because that works for Nintendo. Like, you know, I love Nintendo, I love my Switch, and I love most of the games that I have on the Switch. Like, there are definitely, you know, when it comes to game companies being consistent, Nintendo are decently consistent, at least right now they are. Sure, with the Wii U, they sort of held back a while, and, you know, the Wii U was a bit of a train wreck. Had some decent games on it, but wasn't exactly what everyone wanted, and then they blew it out of the water with the Switch, which, for some weird reason, this year is the most best-selling console of the entire year. So Nintendo are definitely making that bank right now. Like, they are making the moolah, which is, oh wow, which is awesome for them. But it's also dope for, like, the players, because we're going to have, like, an influx of whole new players when we come on to, like, you know, online games like Splatoon 2 and Mario Kart and Smash Brothers and, you know, what have you. So there's definitely going to be a nice influx of new players, which is pretty cool. So that's always dope. But really, this year has been a bit of a train wreck for everything, you know. There's not really been many massive game releases that I've been excited for. You know, the best one this year was Animal Crossing this year or last year? I can't remember. I think it was this year, wasn't it? I mean, Hyrule Warriors came out, and I played the demo for it, and it looks alright. But I'm not the biggest fan of that style. Like, I don't really do hack and slashes that much. I'm not a big fan. I don't really like repetitive combat unless it's got, like, a good story, or if the combat is so good that it makes me forget that it's repetitive, kind of thing. It's like at the minute, right? At the minute, I've been putting a lot of time into a game called Warframe. A lot of you probably know it. It's a very, very good hack and slash RPG on, like, console and PC. And oh, God damn it. The game makes me forget how repetitive it is because of how good the combat is and how much you can change it up and change your style and do all kinds of stuff to make it so that it isn't as repetitive, which is very nice because it gives you that kind of, you know, feeling. My problem, I played the original Hyrule Warriors, my problem with that game was that it didn't make you feel any different. Like, a lot of the characters felt the same, a lot of the combos felt the same, all the enemies were the same. Like, it didn't do anything in relation to, you know, making me feel like I'm actually achieving something. It was just like, oh, I'm gonna go and slaughter 1,000 bokoblins. Okay. Sure. And this is fun because why? Although I will openly admit, I was really mad when I heard that they'd incorporated, like, you know, they'd made it a main series, like the new one, a main series game, because it has, like, story elements for Breath of the Wild. Which is cool, but at the same time kind of annoying, because normally you don't see a side game like that make it into the main series. It'd be kind of like if, you know, like if Game Freak said that the next Pokemon Mystery Dungeon is going to be part of the main canon. Even though there really isn't much of a canon timeline, but there still kind of is one. Kind of thing. You know, that would, like, make me really mad, because I'm not a fan of Mystery Dungeon. I don't like I don't like roguelike RPGs that much. Again, it's all about repetition, and games like that can be super repetitive. So I definitely don't have love for that kind of thing. I know a lot of people do, and I'm not saying they're bad games, they're not, but it's just not my kind of game. So, it's just weird that they made that decision to do that, really. It's just odd. Again, it's fine, just odd. Not something that normally happens, I'll say that much. I don't have the key yet, do I? It is over there. Alright, now we need to run back through so we can grab the chest. I think that should be everything. Yeah, we've got all the dragons. Not bad. This level normally goes a lot worse for me, to be honest. I just got Shrek'd down a hole. I didn't just get wrecked, I got Shrek'd. Oh my god. What? I just got absolutely friggin' destroyed. What was that? Dude, I literally... Shrek told me this was his swamp now. Dude. I know what your beef with me is. I didn't do anything. I'm just running around collecting gems, collecting keys, and freeing dragons. What's wrong with me? Leave me alone. Like, are you racist to the dragons? Is that it? Do you not like the dragons? Does my dragonage offend you, Shrek? Yay! Oh, wait, we're missing gems still? 10? 15? Where? Oh, over there. Okay. Why in the heck? Didn't realize I was missing 15 gems. That's a decent amount of gems to actually miss. Well, there's 5. There's 2. Ah, here we are. 3 and then 5. Boom. Sweet. Alright, well, we're coming up to like 17 minutes. I'll end the episode off here, so thank you guys for watching. If you aren't already subscribed to the Permadeath Collective, don't forget to do so. Don't forget to join me on Twitch. That link is in the description below. We'll see you guys next time.